Alright guys, we have another companion video here to go along with the Canooers article. This one is for the update on Canoo's battery module plant in Pryor, Oklahoma. If you haven't read it yet, there will be a link in the description below. Go check it out, and there's some additional information and thoughts about the topic. So the first one we're looking at here is some meeting minutes from the MidAmerica Industrial Park Board meeting that took place in September of last year, 2022. We see here the beginning of the highlighted portion. The company plans to bring approximately 75 to 85 jobs to the park, and OOWA will provide incentives for these jobs. The company in question is obviously Canoo, and OOWA stands for Oklahoma Ordnance Works Authority, and we use that interchangeably with MidAmerica Industrial Park. They're sort of the one and the same. You know, one of them owns and operates the other, but for all intents and purposes, they're the same thing. Continuing on, the lease will be at market rate and will include tenant improvements to the extent of $375,000, as well as improvements made by the company. And again, here we see that the company in question is indeed Canoo. And what this vote was about was to approve David Stewart to negotiate and execute the lease agreement for building 625 with Canoo, which he was granted permission in this vote to do so. Again, this was in September, and then Canoo and MidAmerica Industrial Park signed that lease agreement that we'll look at next on November 1st. Okay, I misspoke a little bit earlier when I said we were going to look at the lease agreement. We don't actually have the lease agreement. What we have is the Memorandum of Lease, which is a recordable instrument that's used to alert third parties that there is a leasehold interest encumbering a piece of real property. And it doesn't give us all the details about the lease agreement, but it does give us some insights on it. So this memorandum was signed on the first day of November 2022, which is also the same day that they signed the lease agreement itself. And this memorandum was filed with the county clerk on, I believe it was the 7th of November. So we see here the information that we want to look at here is that the lease term is commencing and good until December 31st, 2032. So 10 years and 1 month. And that there is an early termination clause that takes into effect basically the first day of 2028. That they can cancel the lease agreement early as long as there's 12 months prior written notice. And also perhaps the best part about this is that the right of first refusal. So Canoo has the ability to purchase the whole property after the lease agreement, so that there's no risk that, you know, in 10 years that MidAmerica will turn around and sell or lease that property to someone else and throwing Canoo out of the street against their wishes. And that's pretty much all the pertinent information in these two filings. And so, like I said, if you haven't read the Canooers article, I recommend you go do that, because it does have some additional insights into the topic. Thanks for watching.